You're here to find out what special message Spirit has for you this week. And that's the week from the 28th of November to the 4th of December 2020. Wow, didn't that happen fast? We're into December, at least with the weekly Oracle card reading. This is your Pick a Pile weekly Oracle card reading, and I am Kylie Savage Psychic. How you doing out there? I don't know about you, but I am really looking forward to the holiday break this year. It's been a big year. I think New Year's will be huge this year. We'll all be wanting to draw a line in the sand and release 2020 and embrace 2021. Okay. And if you would like any help with that, please get in touch with me. Especially if you're a woman in business, you've got to make some decisions about that business, and you want to make those decisions not feeling anxious or worried. You want to make them feeling confident, being clear, and having as much certainty as possible. Get in touch with me because I'm still running my November special. It's a 2-for-1 special on my Psychic one question reading. It's 111 Australian dollars, and that offer will end on the 30th of November. So get in touch with me, info@kyliesavage.com. Okay, we have a full moon eclipse coming up in Gemini, and that will be on the 30th of November. There's a lot of big energies in play at the moment, and we're heading into the last eclipse season, and that's going to stretch us over. I think then we'll have a new moon coming up soon, and that will be an eclipse as well. Just a quick read on that, and I'm looking at Yasmin Boland's Moonology Diary 2020. Sorry, I always postmark things. Post-it note them. Okay, yeah, so if you're in London, it's coming up at 9:30 in the morning on the 30th of November. For Sydney, it's around 8 o'clock, 8:30, pardon me. LA, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And New York, it will be there at about 4:30. Okay, so actually that's 4:30 in the morning. It looks like a potentially amazing week. We enter the last eclipse season of the year, and just afterwards comes a link between Saturn and Mercury, the planet that rules Gemini. Gemini is a changeable sign with a feeling of being all over the place at times. On the one hand, it feels like a lot might be said this week, and in fact, there's a danger of saying too much, overshare. Oops, hashtag overshare here. However, once you've expressed yourself with integrity, what follows should be positive. It's also a very good week for signing a contract or making a deal. If you want to get some Black Friday specials. The full moon eclipse in Gemini is also an amazing time to clear your head. So think positively and let go of any arguments. This isn't to say that you should never think negatively. We all need to process our thoughts and feelings, and the full moon is the best time to do that. Gemini is all about thoughts, and thoughts and feelings are usually intertwined. However, once you work through them, let them go. Remember, we can write, our forgiveness list and our gratitude list and write down anything that you would really like to release, and then we can burn those pieces of paper during our full moon ritual, safely, of course. Okay, you can repeat the truth is exercise from last moon's new moon in Taurus. I don't know what that was. If you want to know, get in touch. I'll read it out for you. To replace any fear with a fact. Yeah, so just looking at releasing our fears and getting real about it. I call it taking those thoughts to court as part of cognitive behavior therapy. Okay, this lunar eclipse is in a mutable sign along with Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. The mutable signs are known for assisting us through times of transition, so that's good news. That makes this an especially good time to think about what you're holding on to and why and whether it's necessary. This is a really great time to clean house. Do some digging, do some soul searching, do some inventory, and look, think about what you want to carry into the new year. So you need to release the baggage from this year, and I think a lot of us are going to have a lot of things that we need to release from this year. The disappointments, the expectations that weren't met or were unrealistic, the failed relationships, the jobs we lost or got, or relationships, friendships, finances, the way we look at our finances, old mindsets, old patterns, habits, thoughts, and beliefs. I know I could, write for days of all the things I'd like to release that I do not want to carry into 2021. So it's a great way to, clear things out, clear the path, and set that great foundation for next year. Who's with me on that? You are? Yay! Okay, so now I need for you to just take a breath, take a moment, arrive here in this moment. Hand on heart, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just let it go. Breathing in and breathing out. And I want for you to choose a number intuitively between 1 and 3. You can do that now. Got your number? Now that will be the number of the pile you're going to choose, which is just going to have 2 cards. I'm going to draw 2 cards for it, and that message will be a little bit more relevant to you and for whatever is going on in particular in your life right now. And the question I'm asking is, how can we best support our emotional health going into this week? Like, how can we be emotionally steady and secure? And just take the very best care of ourselves. Okay, if you chose pile number 1, your 2 cards are, you've got forgiveness. Isn't that lovely? That's a journey marker. Sorry. Reading from The Wisdom of Avalon, once again, by Colette Baron-Reid. It's the best deck. So forgiveness. So you see some mushrooms there growing in some clover. And so if you chose pile number 1, some of the things that you may not want to carry into your 2021 and how you can best look after your emotional health this week is to forgive. Now, I know this is a tricky one, it's a big one. And look, forgiveness is hardly ever one and done. Forgiveness is like the onion, we peel the layers back, and forgiveness is a process. And what I've learned about forgiveness is you can't rush it. And sometimes, like I thought I forgave somebody, some of the deepest, biggest hurts in my life. And I thought because I forgave them, then I could just about forgive anyone. And yet I still found myself holding grudges, not as much and not for as long. And yet forgiveness is a big, big issue for me. And I have a very ingrained victim martyr story where my mind thinks that hanging on to the pain and the hurt and the wounds and the resentment is going to make a difference. It's going to protect me in some way, and it's going to stop me from being hurt in the future, which we know is a falsehood. And yet, that's the way often our brains on trauma work. Our brains, we've been hurt once. It's like, that's it. I'm never getting into another relationship because I'm just going to get hurt again. So then, we put those expectations out there and we tend to reap what we sow. We tend to, create that negative future for ourselves, and then becomes a pattern, and then patterns need to be dissolved. And they only really get dissolved by being willing to release them and by replacing those patterns with healthier ones. Changing our habits, working on healthier habits. So who is it that you need to forgive right now? And may I suggest that you put yourself at the top of the list, because you would never have hurt somebody as deeply and as badly as what you would have hurt yourself. That's another good trick too. See yourself. If you really got a problem with someone else, see yourself in the other person. Say, I am them and they are me. And that's why we get so hurt, because you can't hurt another person without inflicting the same wounds deeper on yourself. So, if you chose pile number 1, please forgive yourself this week, and that will help you attain a bit more emotional equilibrium and better emotional health. Okay, and your next right action to do, we had this last week, the stinger, the wasp. Okay, so the wasp comes up. This forgiveness may be around the person also that you need to forgive. The person who was jealous, who was resentful, who sabotaged your projects, who destroyed your relationship, who is insecure, who lied to you, who let you down, disappointed you. You need to forgive your wasp, and we also need to forgive ourselves for being the wasp too. Remember I talked about last week being the waspy Wilma. So yeah, anger, retaliation, jealousy. The other thing I'll leave you with is a saying we hear a lot in 12-step programs is resentment is like drinking poison, hoping the other person will die. So you are holding on to resentments, no matter if there is a waspy person around you and they're sabotaging that. Well, um, if you're holding on to resentments, you are actively holding on to those resentments. You are actively inflicting self-harm by doing that. And the thing is, other people may never change. They may never apologize. They may never make amends to you. They may never come and take responsibility for their behavior. You are going to have to find a way to live with that. And one of the best ways you can live with that and look after yourself and love yourself through hard, challenging lessons like that is to forgive yourself. Usually we're so angry at ourselves. Why did I get in that relationship? Why did I get involved with another person like that? Why did I let them break my boundaries? And we are the ones who break our boundaries, not other people. Why did I let them betray me again like that? And they're good questions to ask, because if we're in a habit and a pattern of attracting unhealthy people, why are we doing that? Because deep down inside, we don't believe we're worth a healthier relationship. We don't believe we're worthy of love, connection, and belongings. Brené Brown teaches. We believe that we can only stay with the known. So we've only been in unhealthy relationships that hurt us, might be painful, might be horrible, might cost us a lot of things, yet it's what we know. And we may be so afraid of the unknown, of happiness, of joy, of being in a healthy, loving relationship, that we may continue to go back to these unhealthy patterns and relationships. And we may continue to open ourselves up to be wounded, because that's what we know. We really need a lot of assistance and support. Spirit want us to be emotionally healthy and well. They want us to be stable. They want us to be functioning. They want us to be able to contribute to the world in a positive way. And if we're running around sick and hurt and scared and emotionally unwell, we can't do that. We need to heal. Okay, so if you chose pile number 2, your cards are the Novice. Oh, I really do love this card when it comes up. It's something I get excited about because I'm a teacher and I'm also a novice a lot. So this is the card of the Neophyte, the Novice, the beginner, and it's about being in beginner mind. So if you chose pile number 2, you are entering the phase of the Novice. You are on the path and you are seeking a teacher, you are seeking wisdom, and you want to learn about new things. You're ready to take on this new learning. And that's exciting, and Spirit get behind you and they really support and encourage you with that. And I see doors opening. So the doors are going to be opened and it's going to be easy for you to walk through and access this new learning. I really love that. So yeah, innocence, beginner, sometimes ignorance, that's the shadow side. New skill without practice, unstable curiosity. And the thing you need to know about when you get the novice card is you are in that beginner mind. You need to stay open and honest and willing and be teachable. You can't go into something thinking that you know everything about it and let your perfectionist tendencies run amok. You need to really embrace that beginner mind and just stay in that lovely, teachable frame of mind. Open up your heart to this new knowledge. And Spirit saying they want to teach you, they want to be your teacher, and they will also bring about, the earth teachers, the earth angels, and the people who are going to really assist you with wherever you're at. Oh, and see, the hawk, we had this again, I think, the other week. So it's omens and signs. You need to be open to those signs and track them, angel numbers, hearing your name called, clairaudience, clairvoyance, all the different signs, things showing up. I've heard of some amazing examples lately. Someone did some texting and the text came out backwards and it was like, oh, I'd pay attention to that. That could be a sign from Spirit. Lights flickering on and off. Things that you love, color, your colors showing up for you. And even, meeting and connecting with your guides and having conversations. So be aware of all the ways that Spirit is communicating with you, and be open to it and follow those breadcrumbs. That's what signs are. They're breadcrumbs to get you back on the path and to lead you along it. So for you to stay emotionally healthy and well, stay open, be teachable, and let Spirit guide you. You might be learning something new about psychology or emotional health or something like that. Okay, if you chose it's not even Friday yet. If you chose pile number 3, again, perception, the journey marker. This is your first card, and this is all about the way we look at things. Where is it? And the more we change the way we look at things, the more the things we look at change. Something like that. Dr. Wayne Dyer's famous quote. You can Google it. So this has turned up a bit for us in these weekly readings. So I'm taking this on. This could be a message for me too. And I really do feel like in my business and my work, I'm opening up to new things and niching my business and making tweaks and changes and growing into a bigger audience and being, more out there, doing more Facebook Lives, doing more courses, looking at working with new teachers, and I can feel this whole new circle of people opening up for me. And sometimes that brings up some fear, but it's if I look at these new people as strangers, of course that would be fearful. But what if I'm reconnecting with old friends? What if we've known each other in past lifetimes? What if we have, preordained agreements to meet up in this lifetime and help each other out? The thing, if you get this card, is you could be fixated on looking at things in a certain way, understanding a situation in a certain way, looking at a relationship and judging it in a certain way. And yet Spirit wants you to open your eyes, have some detachment with love, and see things in a new light. And it's really going to change things for you. And that will support your emotional health and wellness. Okay, Dragon. Oh, I love this. Dragon is going to be your alchemizer. It's going to burn the veils, burn through the veils and all the blocks and the things in the way so that you can see things more clearly. If you're someone who your emotional health has been up and down and you always, like I get in this, I get stuck in a mind trap of seeing myself as always having a mental illness. And yet if I really adopt that label and I live it and breathe it every day, not to say there's anything wrong with that, maybe I could be getting in the way of my own recovery. What if I am, able to have really good mental health? What if one day the things that, I'm affected and challenged by now, that won't be a problem anymore? Could I be open to that? And the dragon, as you said, is really coming along. It's a power symbol, it's a strength symbol, and the dragon is also protecting the treasure in the cave. So, the place you're afraid to go to, like Joseph Campbell says, in the abyss you're afraid to enter, there lies your treasure. The dragon is protecting that. So sometimes the dragon is the obstacle and the challenge and the block to get in the way of your treasure, the thing you're really frightened of. So look at dragon in both ways. One, it's the power symbol that's going to burn through the challenges and the obstacles. The shadow side is it's the thing you fear. It's the thing that's getting in the way so that you can't access those deeper resources of knowledge and wisdom. Really interesting. You have any questions about these readings? If there's anything you would like to know about my work, you want to hit me up for my November special, you want to join Kylie's Oracle Circle, learn how to read Oracle cards for yourself and sometimes other people. It's a free Facebook group. Let me know. So yeah, go ahead and like and follow me on Facebook, Kylie Savage Psychic. And I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when these videos come out. May your week be fully and totally blessed. See you next week.